But when our nervous system is feeling dorsal vagal, the dullness, the slump of the nervous system, which we call in yoga tamasic, when we're feeling lethargic, sometimes it's hard to imagine what we're going to do to kind of get up out of bed or get up and go, unless we do something like grab some caffeine, start scrolling on things. But there is a way to awaken your vagal tone to bring it from dull back to functioning. And we go slowly up, almost like you're moving that dial very slowly. And then you can decide if you'd like to energize more or kind of stay at that level of energy. So your vagus nerve operates many systems in your body. Vagus is a Latin word that means wandering. So it's related to the word vagrant, like Vegas, not like Las Vegas. And because it wanders through your body in so many areas and through touching many different organs, it's also tied into things like respiration, digestion, voice tone, heart rate, how you listen, like how you discern between background noise and human voices. And also your social engagement and empathy networks are tied here to the vagus nerve too. They're tied together. Given all of that, when your vagus nerve or your nervous system goes to a dorsal vagal shutdown reflex, it's usually because you've become overwhelmed, exhausted, you've reached your threshold for what you could handle with stimulus. It's kind of like a shutoff valve. Now, sometimes we induce that shutoff with food and other substances, which then has potentially negative consequences. So in this case, we're going to use a breathing practice. Once we recognize that we're in that dorsal vagal place, how are we going to bring ourselves up from there, like a little bit of a lift to get there? We have other breathing practices that we use to prevent having to go down that rabbit hole into the dorsal vagal zone. This one is for how to lift yourself from there when you realize that it's happened again. Okay, so take a comfortable seat, and as you take that seat, sit upright with your torso. Now you could do this lying down also if you're in one of those slumps where you just feel like, I can't do anything, I can't move, I'm not worth anything, you've fallen into that kind of pit of shame. Do this lying down. Just take the same instruction and try it lying down. You may already be lying down listening to this, so just stay where you are, right? Okay, so since I'm sitting, I'll teach it to you from sitting. So go ahead and close your eyes. And what we're going to be doing is keeping the eyes closed, but we'll move them left or right, and then we'll also move the head left or right. So let's begin with, on the inhale, turn your gaze only your gaze to your right with your eyes closed. And then exhale, return your gaze to center. Inhale, gaze to your left with your eyes closed. Exhale, gaze to center, eyes closed. Repeat that. Inhale, gaze to your right. Exhale to center. And inhale, gaze to your left. Exhale, come to center. Now inhale, turn your head to your right with your eyes closed. And exhale, turn your gaze to the right further than your head can go. Inhale, come to center. And exhale, relax. Now inhale, turn your head to your left as far as it comfortably goes. Exhale, turn your gaze to the left a little further than your nose can go. And inhale, rotate to center. Let's try that again. As you exhale, let the body relax, and then inhale, turn your head to your right as far as it comfortably goes. Exhale, turn your gaze to your right a little farther than your nose can go. Inhale, come around to center with your eyes, your head, and your nose. Exhale, relax. We're in no hurry. Inhale, turn your head to your left. And exhale, take your gaze to your left farther than your nose goes. And then come back to center with the in-breath. And exhale, deeply relax. And you might notice things like you could end up feeling like you have to yawn, or you get some saliva in your mouth, or like your mental antenna wakes up a little bit. So this is a warm-up practice for being able to nudge your vagal tone from dorsal vagal shutdown up into a little bit more engagement with the world around you, but without rushing yourself to become suddenly extroverted or suddenly socially engaged, right? The dorsal vagal reflex is a social withdrawal reflex. So if we then try to suddenly engage ourselves in that way, sometimes it's like we're overriding rather than understanding the nervous system. And how many times has somebody else tried to override your nervous system? How many times have you tried to do that? You can do it, but it doesn't feel like love or kindness or support. So in this case, you're just moving it slowly, like that dial on the stove, from social withdrawal or collapse into a bit of social engagement or presence. Now we're going to add opening the eyes as a part of the sequence. So if you've been lying down, perhaps you feel like a little bit energy enough to sit up. And we'll do the same practice, but with one addition. Okay, so starting in the center, eyes closed, inhale to your right with your gaze only. And exhale to center. Inhale left, eyes are closed. Exhale center. Now inhale, turn your head to your right, open your eyes. Exhale, close your eyes, gaze further to your right. Inhale, open your eyes. Notice what's in the room to your right. And then exhale, come around to face forward and close your eyes. Okay, now to the other side. So inhale, open your eyes, gaze to your left. Exhale, close your eyes, gaze to your left a little farther than your nose can go. Inhale, open your eyes and take in the world. And then exhale, close your eyes and come back to center. And notice how things are feeling. If you'd like, you can then connect with me here or open your eyes to have some social connection, even though we're in a video format. I'm glad you came. I'm glad you tried it out. These are practices that you can use to nudge yourself, not to coerce yourself. And this kind of practice can be done as a nutritive, kind of like a supplement. When you take a supplement every day, you take your iron or your vitamin D or whatever those things are. You can do this kind of practice if you know that your tendency is to fall into that slump. If it's been a kind of chronic habit, you can do this practice to help rewire your nervous system. It's a self-empowering, self-healing practice. Okay, let me know how it goes. You can leave a comment or some questions below the video here. And if you haven't yet, please do subscribe to the channel and click like for the videos that work for you so I can get some feedback. Thank you very much. Namaste.